Hello guys, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So I want to show you guys the trade that I took last week and why how I entered into this trade and what I was seeing before I entered into this trade. So this is the Euro Swiss francs and we're on the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. So in here now I was seeing a head and a shoulder. You can see the shoulder here. Head and a shoulder. But sometimes you don't need to just put your eye hopes that this is a head and a shoulder. You don't even know whether this trade has a head and a shoulder. You get my point? You don't even know. You don't even know. But when the shoulder do comes, we know that the volatility of that trend is going to be very high. As you can see the volatility here, it is very, very high. But we don't even know because if this candlestick is not here, I will not even know that this is a head and a shoulder because price can come back here and start pushing back up. You understand? So, and if I say I should take the trade here, if I say I should take the trade here, that I've seen a head and shoulder, I'll be going for 50-50. 50-50. So, it's much more better that you take a trade and at least you know that yes, I'm going for 70-30. You understand? I'm going for 70-30. Then anything can happen. If anything happens, no problem. So in the daily time frame now, we have notified this a head and a shoulder. So we want to like enter into the trade. So go to like if I want to enter into this trade now, go into the 50 minutes. Very simple. So the first sign, because I actually use two signs before entering into my trade. So the first sign is to know what are we seeing there. We are seeing a head and shoulder. That is the first sign. That's the first sign. That is the first sign. Then we should look for a second sign. A second sign. Then let's go into the 15 minutes time frame. Look for a second sign to make your so let's go into the 4 hours now. I'll not take this as the second sign. So I've seen the first sign, the head and the shoulder. So the second sign now, I'll be waiting for price to break out the support level. I'll be waiting for it to break out the support level. And I want to be very, very sure that price breaks out the support level. So if I have two signs like this, I can be able to like enter for a particular trade. If I have two signs. So now, if you see price has broke out the support level, it broke it here. Then this was the volatility here. You understand? So now I'm having two signs now that price has broke it out and that price has broke out now. So this will now be telling me that this trade is 100% selling. But now I've known that this trade is 100% selling, but where am I going to sell? That is the thing. So sometimes price can come back to this level here. After coming back to this level, it can push back up here. Price does it. It can come back here to this level and it will push back up here. So this is why you should be on your session. You should be on your session. So like me, I only trade on the New York session. And I know the time that I usually used to enter my trade in the New York session. The time I usually used to enter my trade in the New York session is 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is when I usually used to enter my trade on the New York session. So when a trade comes down like this, there's possibility of it pulling back up. There's 100% possibility. So now we'll wait for us to see like a very good liquidity. So if we see a very good liquidity here, then we'll just jump into the trade. But if we not see that very good liquidity, then we should wait for the trade to pull back up. And you must be on the session because most trades tend to do well on a particular session. So it's better I should be on a session. So we'll be able to like catch a very good trade just like this. So I'll now go into my 15 minutes now. Where's my 15 minutes? This is the 15 minutes. Yeah. So 15 minutes is loading up. So this is my 15 minutes and You can see how the trade was coming here. So when I saw this candle, I saw this one candle came out in a very good volume. The second candle too came out in a very good volume. Then I was now seeing a third candle now. So I entered my trade at this third candle now. So after the third candle finished forming, I just took my stop loss here, and this was the price, and price just this is my take profit. So maybe if you have seen a pair going for a buy for a longer time, and eventually you now want to like take a sell, it's better if you just take only 1:3. 1:3. You can see that I took 1:3 here. But if a pair is going for a buy and you are seeing a buy on that particular trade, then it's better if you take 1:4. 1:4. So that is how the strategy goes. You can see I kept it 15 minutes and I just a very small thing here. A very small thing here. And price came down, went up, came down, went up again before it took my 1:3, and I left that market. I left that market. You can see I left the market before anything happens. Before anything happens. Okay. So that was how I took my trade on my Euro Swiss francs. So let's go to the New Zealand USD. So sorry. So this is the New Zealand USD chart. This is the New Zealand USD chart. So first thing first, what are we doing first? We are drawing our support and our resistance level. You can see this is a support and resistance level at the 1 day. At the 1 day, sometimes support and resistance level can be in the 1 hour. It can be in the 15 minutes, depending. So you draw your support and resistance level. So this is support level 1, 2, and 3. So when price was coming down here, I was hoping that price will break out on this one, but price did not break out. Price did not break out. So let me take you guys to the 4 hours. So this is my 4 hours. My 4 hours is very small. Look at my 4 hours. Okay, let me take you to the. Okay, the 4 hours is okay. The 4 hours is okay. 4 hours is okay. So this is my 4 hours now. So here we can see we can see a head and a shoulder. This is the head and this is the shoulder. This is the shoulder. This is the shoulder. But if you look at this shoulder, you see that this shoulder is much more lower than this particular shoulder. You get my point? It's much more lower than this particular shoulder. And in this trade, I took a buy on this trade. I did not take a sell on this particular trade. I took a buy on this trade, and I'll tell you the reason why I took a buy on this particular trade. Okay, so now actually this comes from an experience, because a beginner trader is not expected to take this kind of trade that I took. You get my point? Because what is expected is that when you see a shoulder, this kind of shoulder, lower than this shoulder, it is best for you to be hoping for sell. It's best for you to be hoping for sell. But due to that, I am in my market session. I was in the New York session. Due to I was in New York session, then I went into my 15 minutes time frame. This is the 15 minutes time frame. Why is my tree so tiny? Why is the tree so tiny? So okay, this is the 1 minute. Sorry, I went to the 15 minutes. So this is the 15 minutes here. This is my 15 minutes here. How can I do this? Wow. Need to make it okay. So So this is my 15 minutes. I don't know why the thing is now very small. Let me refresh my browser. Reload. Let me, yeah. So this is my 15 minutes. This is my 15 minutes. You can see now. So here is, so here's the liquidity swipe here. Here's the liquidity swipe. And you can see how price went up. So in 15 minutes, you can count from here. You can see the okay. So this is the 15 minutes now. So as soon as price made a shoulder, so this one was the second shoulder now. Then price now came up here at this second shoulder. So when price came up here, I would say this is from an experience. It's not, this is from an experience. So when price came up here, I knew that price is going to definitely buy. So I took like 1:4. If you count this now, see that this one, okay, let me say 1:3. This is a 1:3. Let me say here, this is a 1:3. So I took like 1:3 on this trade and I made profit. And I left this trade. I left this trade. So that is it. That is the two trade I took. The Euro Swiss francs and the New Zealand USD. So it is a simple trading technique. You're just looking for a head and a shoulder. Then when you look for a head and a shoulder, you don't just enter into that trade immediately. You wait for the 15 minutes, you wait for some time, then always make sure you're on the market session. You're on the you're on your market session. Yeah. So I always wait for the New York session. So when I wait for the New York session, that is when I enter into a trade that is showing an head and a shoulder pattern. When I enter into a trade that is showing an head and a shoulder pattern. Before I enter into that trade, always look out for two signs. Two signs are very important because the truth is that almost all trade can give you a head and a shoulder pattern. Almost all trade can give you a head and a shoulder pattern. You get my point? Another thing that haven't made me to even take this trade for a buy. If you come down to the 1 hour now, to the 1 day, come down to the 1 day, you will see that okay, let me delete this. You will see that price rejected the zone. So when as price have rejected this zone, price is definitely going to push for a buy. As easy as simple. It rejected this zone on the 1 day. Yeah, this is what I still saw. Price came, it rejected the zone. It rejected the zone. This is my one sign. This is my first sign. Then the second sign was the head and the shoulder. The second sign is the head and the shoulder. The first sign is my support zone. So in any time you are taking any trade, look for two signs before executing. Before executing. As simple as ABC. Look for two signs before you are executing your trade. Okay, don't worry, I'll still be giving you more type of trade like this, and you'll be watching all my trade and all my execution. From there, you can learn how to trade the forex market. Thank you guys, and if you are watching me for the first time, or you are watching me before you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, turn on the bell notification and subscribe to all the old videos. And like all my videos and still share these videos to your friends too. Thank you guys and God bless.